leave it to you guys to be reasonable.
I want some nasty. Are we having fun yet?
Okay, so today we're going to do something a little different. We're going to talk about who's better, Luka Doncic or Devin Booker. Now, the reason why we're talking about this is because I've seen in a lot of NBA circles, people actually questioning this. Is Luka better than Devin? Is Devin better than Luka? And I think that it's a kind of a, to be honest, a silly argument in and of itself. And I just wanted to know what Spurs Nation has to say about it. Majority Spurs fans. Obviously, we have different fans around here, but hey, I am claiming the Spurs fan after all. So we have 77%, 23% for Devin Booker. So most people believe that Luka Doncic is better than Devin Booker. Now, if we go over to Twitter, I put a poll here as well, and it's only 52 votes, not as much as YouTube, and I just put this one up anyway. But on Twitter, we got the exact same percent, which is pretty funny. So we got 77% Luka Doncic, 23% Devin Booker. And please just follow me on Twitter. Can you just follow me on Twitter? Literally, guys, I got no followers here. Just follow your boy. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about this. And I wanted to break this down on my thoughts and also why I believe that San Antonio Spurs fans voted this way. And it's kind of sad because a lot of, like I said, NBA circles are back and forth on this. It feels 50-50 with a lot of things that people are saying, and I just don't necessarily agree with it. So let's just go to statistic wise, okay? Statistically, people can go ahead and look at the stats and say, yes, Luka Doncic is better, but you do have to contextualize it just a little bit. So if you look at Luka Doncic, he's averaging a near triple-double, 9 rebounds, 8.7 assists, 28.4 points. That is ridiculous. And then if you look over to Devin Booker, it's 26.8 points, 5 rebounds, and about 5 assists. Now, I know some people want to take away from Devin Booker here and say, well, what about his assist numbers? It's not as high as Luka's. Keep in mind, when Devin Booker has Chris Paul on his team, that's just the reality of the situation. Also, you got to keep in mind he is a primary shooting guard. And then when you look at Luka Doncic, if he had Chris Paul on his team, he wouldn't average 9 assists. I can tell you that right now. He would not average that many. So with that being said, statistic wise, I think that they're pretty doggone close. I'm not going to take anything away from Devin Booker here. Now, there's a few factors why I think that Luka Doncic is much better. First and foremost, I've seen some people argue that, well, when you look at Luka Doncic, he doesn't have the defense that Devin Booker has. First off, Devin Booker's defense isn't amazing in and of itself, okay? And I will admit that Luka Doncic doesn't have good defense, really. Like, he's actually a pretty bad defender in my opinion. But with that being said, I don't think Devin Booker's defense just elevates him to the level of being better than Luka. Like, some people have argued, well, Devin Booker, he scores and Luka Doncic scores, therefore they're even. And I don't see it that way. Luka Doncic does so much more for his team. He's the facilitator, he's the playmaker, he makes things happen. Without him on the court, nothing happens. It's a standstill, okay? If Brunson is not putting up points, there's nothing for you there. You're just gonna lose. So with Luka Doncic, he's doing everything for his team, and Devin Booker had that chance to do something. And even though he's a really good scorer, when he didn't have this great superstar driven team, almost he didn't do much with it. But Luka Doncic, on the other hand, he is he's a methodical monster, if you will. Now, that's the thing. So some people said, well, if you just look at offense and then defense, therefore Devin Booker is better. And I just don't think that his defense is on an elite level. But I will say this, Luka Doncic, almost everything he does offensively is on the elite level. So I'm not going to sit here and take anything away from him, but I think that he is a better passer. He's a better facilitator. He makes things happen better than Devin Booker. Now, both of which are amazing. I don't see the Suns winning the championship without Devin Booker. And, you know, Luka Doncic, they're definitely not going to do anything without Luka. Now, here's the deciding factor for me. This is the reason why I'm going to go ahead and jump the gun and say Luka Doncic is at least a tier better than Devin Booker. Both of which are superstars, or, you know, near superstars. I would say Luka Doncic is basically a superstar. Devin Booker is a star on the edge of being superstar. But it's this right here. This is why Luka Doncic is better. The fact that he's a whole, and I know it's not a lot. Okay, some people are like, oh, that's not a big deal. No. Look, he's 23 years old. Devin Booker is 25. Okay, Devin Booker, he's not old by any means. He's going into his prime. But Luka Doncic, man, it felt like he hit his prime the second year he came into the league. Like he was just amazing right out the gate. So I just don't necessarily agree with everyone that's saying that, you know, Devin Booker is better. And I will base that off of age in and of itself. Now, I do want to talk about this, and this is where I was going to go with this. Now, why do I believe that San Antonio Spurs fans understand, for the most part, and some people went, you know, with Devin Booker, but that might be just a little bit of hatred, okay? It might just be a little bit since the Dallas Mavericks. But I will say this. The reason why I think that Spurs fans understand this is because we had to hear for so freaking long about every single big man that's better than Tim Duncan, whether it was Anthony Davis or DeMarcus Cousins or, respectively, Kevin Garnett. I mean, I remember people saying that Dwight Howard was better than Tim Duncan. So we had to hear this over and over and over. And while I will be honest, Devin Booker at times is a little bit more fun to watch. I mean, Luka Doncic is fun to watch, don't get me wrong. But Devin Booker, you know, he has some games where it's like, oh my goodness, this is super fun. And Luka Doncic, you know, he doesn't have a lot of hop. He doesn't have a ton of athleticism, not crazy amount of athleticism. So people will sit back and say, well, it doesn't look impressive. And people do the exact same thing with Kevin Durant. Like Skip, I don't mean to bring him up, but Skip Bayless, the fake Spurs fan, Skip Bayless says on continuous basis how Kevin Durant is better than Giannis. And it's really just based on the fact that Kevin Durant looks nice when he shoots the ball. It has nothing to do with anything else. It just has to do with his dribbling ability. It has to do with how fun it is to watch him shoot a half-court shot. It has nothing to do with what they're actually doing on the court. And I think if you break down what Devin Booker and Luka Doncic are doing on the court, Luka Doncic is just overall more skillful. And I think it was the same. Well, I know it was the exact same thing with Tim Duncan. We could sit back and we could say Anthony Davis is so much fun to watch, which, yeah, he is. Or you can say DeMarcus Cousins was so much fun to watch. Kevin Garnett, so much fun. Dwight Howard, so much fun. But at the end of the day, this man had the most skill. This man could get the championships. This man had so much more going for him than just they're fun to watch. And they're, you know, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to disrespect these players. They're really good, okay? DeMarcus Cousins in his prime was really good. But he didn't even hold a candle when he had to go against Tim Duncan, when Tim Duncan was an old man and DeMarcus Cousins was on the come up. I mean, Duncan was school these guys. So overall, look, I know that I'm drawing a comparison. Luka Doncic is not Tim Duncan, obviously. I just think that Spurs fans can kind of contextualize this a little bit. Luka might not, and I love the way Luka plays, okay? I have fun watching him. But I would be lying if I said that watching the game, I truly believe that he's more fun to watch than Devin Booker. I don't know about that. And I think Devin Booker just has a bigger name somewhat. When he came into the league, he was drawing comparisons to Kobe Bryant. And let's just be honest, a lot of NBA fans didn't know what to expect out of Doncic. So he was already kind of a step behind the hype of Devin Booker. But overall, look, people are going to say that all these players are better than a legend. And I'm not saying Luka's a legend, okay? But at the end of the day, I think it's about that skill level, and it's about what you can bring to the table. And to me, Devin Booker brings offense, but he doesn't bring as much as what Luka can bring. So those are my thoughts on that. I just want to know what you guys think. Obviously, I guess most of you guys agree with this. But yeah, follow me on Twitter, dude. Like, can you do that for me? Do it real quick. Just stop. Are you doing it? Okay, you did it. All right, I'll catch you guys later. Till next time. Deuces.